Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Chris Gault here, author of My Journey to the Fountain of Youth, and this is going to be week 6 of our 4 months being homeless on the road, moving from Maryland to California. So sit back. Alright, so we're headed to Oklahoma City, and you can see the skyscape in the background there. And we're going to see what's shaking down there. And Aunt Robin, you have anything to add? Where else are we going to go?
We're going to go to an area called Bricktown, and then we're going to maybe go see the Oklahoma City bombing memorial. And then I hear there's a nice hiker-biker trail here, so if we decide to spend another night here, which we're playing it by ear, maybe we'll do something there.
Yeah, so we're going to show you the highlights. Alright, so here we are at the Oklahoma City bombing memorial. So I just want to show you a little bit of that. So this is where the building was that got destroyed by the bombing, and these 168 chairs are now the memorial of the people who passed away in its place. It is still the number one, it is the most damaging domestic disaster in our country, and it's the second biggest disaster behind 9/11. People who visit the memorial will bring gifts and hang it up on this fence, and they do this for messages of caring and encouragement and support for what happened when the disaster happened.
So this fence actually was part of, right after the bombing, it protected the area so people, wouldn't go into the area where the shell of the building was. So as part of the memorial today, they actually took that fence, part of that fence, and moved it over here. So this is part of the memorial.
So there was a church here that got blown away when the bombing happened. So there's a little memorial to that church here. This is the Myriad Botanical Gardens. Got a nice little fountain here, and the gardens are in there, so we're going to take a look at it. I guess our dog is checking out all the fish here. That's Snickers looking at the fish. I don't think she knows what to make of them. Alright, so there's not a whole lot out here. We're going from Oklahoma, we're leaving Oklahoma, we're going to Kansas, and we'll probably stay somewhere in the Wichita, Kansas area tonight, but you can see there's nothing out here except for some oil rigs. and then a bunch of land, and then there's some windmills, but that's about it. So I guess they're a big producer of energy out here, whether it be oil or wind power, electrical, but that's all that seems to be out here right now. We'll see if we find anything else down the road. So what you're seeing in the background there is Wichita, Kansas. So we're gonna take a little break, go into the city, maybe have a drink or something, and just check it out and see what Wichita is all about. All right, we're in Wichita, Kansas. We're gonna look around and see if there's anything to do here. Robin, did you find anything that you could do here?
Not really. So we'll walk around. Maybe we'll have a soda.
Well, maybe not a soda, but maybe we'll have an iced tea or something.
Right.
And
then move on.
And move on.
Some other part of Kansas where we'll spend the night.
Right. And we'll talk to you guys later. Our barbecue, Bite Me Barbecue. Check it out. Got some nice artwork out front, and I think you can sit in the back here and have a beer, so we might do that. I came by this pretty interesting mural. It looks like Shakespeare there with a bunch of different sayings. So looks pretty cool. So I thought I'd show it. So nothing against Wichita, Kansas, but didn't seem like a whole lot was going on there. In fact, the major type of entertainment seemed to be riding around those little city scooters and making them bounce off the ground, and most people were like doing that. And most cities obviously use those things for transportation, but at Wichita it seems like the #1 form of entertainment. So we, again, nothing against Wichita, but we decided to move on, and we're going to go to Salina, Kansas, and we'll probably spend the night there because it's getting a little later, and then we'll decide where we're going to go tomorrow after that. Talk to you in a little bit. So I normally don't show the rooms that we're staying in, but this one I had to show. This is an Airbnb, and the guy who we're renting from is a baseball coach, and I don't think I've ever stayed in a room quite like this one, so I have to actually show it to you. It's just loaded with all stuff baseball. There's little games. There's hats and balls, and all sorts of stuff on the ceiling, on the walls. This is where we're staying tonight. It's a pretty wild room, so I had to show it to you. All right, so we left Kansas, and now we just crossed the border into Colorado, so we're a little excited. There was a whole lot of nothing going on in Kansas. Nothing against anyone who lives in Kansas, but there's just not a whole lot there. But a bunch of grass, oil rigs, and windmills. So now we're in Colorado. We're excited because we're also gonna spend the night in Denver. And I don't know if you've been to Denver, but Denver is a real fun city. It's a great place. It's rocking. So we're happy about that. And then we're going to go to Granby, and we're going to be close to our son who works at Winter Park, Colorado. And we're going to hang out with him for a little while, and we're going to be hiking and doing a lot of things. There's a lot of great things to do in Colorado. It's just a great place to visit. So we're going to be excited to spend at least a week or so in Colorado before we push off to another state. So we'll see you in Denver. So while we were heading into Denver, we ran into traffic because there was this big accident here, and really slowed us down. But we're lucky we weren't the ones in the accident, because it looked like it was a pretty bad one, as you could see. This is Denver in the background there. We just arrived, and we are excited to get outside and check out Denver. And we're also excited now that we're in Colorado. We're going to see our son, and we're also going to climb some mountains out here, do some hikes, do some bike riding. Colorado is a great place. One thing I think is really cool is that the humidity that we had to deal with for most of our trip has gone away, and now we have a very dry heat out here, so it's a little bit more comfortable than what we've been doing. So we're going to sweat a lot less. Some beautiful mountains in the background there, and we will talk to you guys later. All right, so we're sitting here at 16th Street in Denver, and we're just going to get a quick drink out here and take a little look around. Robin, what do you think?
It's not my favorite place in Denver, but it was close to the hotel. We had to take the dog out for a walk, so we're going to figure out where to go for dinner. But that's it.
All right, so you can see this is kind of what we're looking at. We're just walking our dog in Denver, and just to give you a good little idea about Denver. A lot of business here. It's a pretty big city. That's where the Denver Broncos play. All right, so we're at Red Rocks, and we're going to go on this geological trail, and we're going to check it out, and I'm going to show you in a minute what the scenery looks like here, because it's beautiful in Colorado. And we're going to be hiking up that trail right up there, and we'll show you the highlights. A couple more views before we take off. And like I said, we're going to be heading up that trail right over there. Hi. So this is the amphitheater. You see it's built into the rocks. It's a great place to see a band. Obviously they'd be down there. It's a pretty big amphitheater. It's beautiful surroundings. So if you're ever out here and you get a chance to watch a band out here, it's a great place to go. right, so the only way from Denver to Winter Park is to go through a road they call the Pass. And the Pass is not a fun road to drive on when it's dark and snowing out, because I've done that before and that hasn't been fun. But on a beautiful day like today, it's very spectacular because it's a very windy road over a lot of high cliffs, but of course during the day it's not dangerous. So thought I would film some of this and show it to you because it's just beautiful out here. Robbie, do you want to add to that?
Nothing really. It just is beautiful and a lot different in the summer. All this is covered in snow pretty much the last couple times we've been out here.
And typically it's snowing all the time. So not only is it covered with snow, it's also snowing like all the time in the winter on this road. Sometimes they actually close it and then you just can't get through. So that's a tough time. If you live in Winter Park and you've been visiting Denver, you can't get back to your home, or vice versa. Yeah. All right, so we are in Colorado and we finally reunited our family. So there's Matt, Snickers, Robin and I, and we're gonna spend a week or so out here. And Snickers is very excited to see her brother, Matt, and we're just gonna take it easy. Anyone have anything to say?
No.
Just happy to be reunited. It's kind of fun.
Drinking margaritas.
All right, have fun, everybody. All right, so where are we again? We're in Granby, Colorado, going for a run. It's a little harder out here because the oxygen level's not that great because they're kind of high. But at least it's a lot cooler than what it's been.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, we'll see how far we get. I can already feel us breathing heavy, and it just started, but we'll do what we can.
Yeah, you do what you can. So we were very careful because the mountain had a lot of windy curves and a lot of cliffs that you could fall off. And so we were very careful on driving up the mountain. There's also some traffic there, so we wanted to make sure we didn't hit them. But all in all, we made it to where we needed to go. So we were good to go. So here we are in Rocky Mountain National Park. And you can see some beautiful scenery here. We're just driving around and you can see the overlook here. Just wanted to show you this. It doesn't look that spectacular, but this is the Continental Divide. So I thought I'd show you that. So as you could tell, you definitely don't want to make a wrong turn when you're up here driving around. There's our son Matt and Snickers. And like I said, we try to pay attention when we're driving. So here we are in Estes Park. We're going to take a quick walk around and see what Estes Park is all about. But you can see it's a nice little town. So in the park they've got this nice little waterfall going through behind the buildings here. And you can see it over here. Kind of a nice little peaceful waterfall while you're out there shopping.
There's a school bus.
So we're driving around and we saw this very beautiful rainbow in front of us. So I thought I would capture that. It's a very beautiful state, Colorado, and it's topped off with the icing on the cake here. All right, so we are, where are we at?
Central City.
This is Central City, and we are taking a look around. You can see the mountains and everything, but there's actually a big city right here. And what's special about Central City?
It is a casino town.
A casino town. We're not big gamblers, so we're not going to go to the casino.
And we're not finding
But we're
it
just
right
going to check it out the town for a little bit. So, because we've driven many miles and over mountains and everything else, looks like we have a coil that went bad and a spark plug And so we're only going about 5 miles per hour up the pass on a certain point, which is very dangerous. So we are taking the Lexus in. Luckily we're here for a few days in Winter Park. Actually this is Fraser, and we're going to take it in, and they're going to fix her on up so we can get going. This is our new friend here who is greeting us, and hopefully by the end of today the Lexus will be back to new, because we got thousands of more miles to go on our trip across the country. We'll let you know. So when the car was being worked on, we decided to go get coffee at a shop, and also bring our computers and get a little bit of work done. So as you can see how fast things can happen here in Winter Park. Today is September 6th, and there wasn't any snow on that mountain earlier today, and it did snow a lot. As you can see, there's already snow there. Here it is, only September 6th, and it only took a few hours for that much snow to accumulate up on the mountain. So this place is going to look completely different in a few months. Alright, so you can see the rainbow over there. It's almost sideways. It looks really cool in between the mountains. Just another beautiful sight that you get here in Colorado. Alright, so it appears that the car is okay. They couldn't find really any problems with it. At first they thought it was a piston, a coil and a spark plug problem, but after further diagnosis it looks like it's okay. They did change a fuse in the car, which might have been the cause of it having problem going up the mountain. So we're hoping that now the electrical system is now back to running fully, we won't have any more problems, but we'll find out in the next couple of days. As we know we're going to be going over mountains, so we'll find out if we have a problem. But so far today, the car is running perfect again. All right, just to give you an idea where we're staying at Granby Ranch, and we just went up the summit just to take a look at it. So you can see, really is a spectacular view, and it just looks great. I would recommend coming here, visiting, doing some mountain climbing, doing some hikes, some bike trail riding. There's a lot of stuff to do out here. So here we are at the Winter Park Oktoberfest, and they've got a lot of people out here sampling beers, and you've got the lifts going because you've got bikers coming down the mountain. So there's a mountain biking resort before the winter, so you can see some people coming down the mountain, and you got artwork out here. And it just looks like everyone's having a great time. All right, we're at Rocky Mountain National Park, and we are at Adams Falls. I'm going to show you the falls in a second, but it's a beautiful day out here. A lot of people are out here checking it out, and it's a great hike. And we're going to continue on a little bit just to make it a little bit longer of a hike, and hope we're all having a great time. And here are the actual falls. This is the area. Obviously surrounded by mountains. So you can see we found a bull moose in the
Right.
woods
Moose.
there, so you have to look pretty carefully, but you could see him just chewing away down there. He's like in the center of the screen. So he's a pretty big one.
Right. Yeah.
There he is.
That's a pretty good angle.
Yeah. He's walking that way now. Oh, now he's coming out a little bit. There he is.
He doesn't like that.
He's gonna walk away from that, huh?
What is it?
What's an elk? This is an elk, everybody. We're walking around our car. He's just galloping along here. You can see him come up to another car. I don't know what he's gonna do then. Well, he's just gonna go down the woods, I guess. Well, he's gonna wait for everyone to leave. Be an elk, everybody. So this is an elk, everybody. Just standing here next to the car.
Oh, there's another one.
And there's another one up the mountain there. They're just, looks like they're just hanging out. But you can't tell from the camera, but these things are really much bigger than your ordinary deer. So they might look like deer, but they're elk.
This one has no hair on his body.
Oh yeah.
Neither does that one, actually.
Well, I'm gonna get out of the way. Here's a bull elk. I'm gonna get out of the way. This is a bull elk, and he's walking this way, so we're gonna move. There's a few more elk up here. There's the male coming over. You can see the male chasing his herd. That is one big animal. So this is the elk's harem and the bull elk is right over here. And he is one big animal. And if I were them, I would get out. If I were these people, I'd get out of the way. Here's the bull elk with his harem now. I worry about some people like this who get a little too close, I think. But looks like he's united with them, so I think we're good. So we were driving by and we thought this was kind of funny. There's a couple of domestic llamas just soaking in the sun and taking it easy. And this is right outside of the Rocky Mountain National Park. All right, so this concludes week 6 of our vlog, going from Maryland to California. And we are ending this week in Colorado. And next week we will still be in Colorado for a little while, but then you'll just have to watch and see where we end up next. So, hope you join us in the next video, and hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in week 7. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and also please subscribe and click on the notification button to get all this great content that's coming up every week. Thank you.